And a new wave of officers being deployed to the subway in response to the MTA's plea for more protection for commuters. The auxiliary officers will begin patrolling the city's busiest train stations following a series of attacks last week. Meanwhile, Mayor de Blasio released this video on Friday to prove that New Yorkers should not be afraid of taking the train. Look.
I'm here on the number 6 train in the Bronx with Ellie. Ellie is from the Bronx, and I just said to Ellie, do you feel safe on the subway? Is it okay? What do you feel? Tell me what you said.
I mean, I'm Bronx bred, so I've lived here all my life, so I'm ready for anything when I get on the train. I'm completely comfortable.
Completely comfortable.
Completely comfortable.
That is the voice of a real...
MTA Chairman Pat Foye joining me this morning from the Bowling Green station in Lower Manhattan with an update on subway ridership and safety. Good morning to you, Pat. Thank you for being here. So let me get right into it, because a tourist was stabbed with a screwdriver last night, right? Overall subway assaults, those are up. But Police Commissioner Dermot Shea maintains that transit crime is down and that there's already a healthy presence of cops in the subway. Is the MTA satisfied with the additional manpower? Is there enough?
Dan, morning. Look, it's not whether the MTA is satisfied, it's our customers and our employees. We regularly survey our customers, tens of thousands of them. The most recent results show that 75% of our customers are concerned about crime and harassment on the subways. The factual matter is that felony assaults from January to the end of April are up over 40% versus three years ago, and over 20% or so compared to 2 years ago. We need more additional full-time uniformed police officers in the system and mental health resources. We thank Commissioner Shea for the posting of auxiliary police officers to the 20th busiest stations, but frankly, we need more uniformed full-time officers and mental health resources. The other group that we're concerned about is our employees. Tony Itano, the president of Local 100, and I were outside Jamaica Hospital after visiting one of our conductors who was off duty and who was severely slashed. That employee is going to have a long recovery. Fortunately, it appears that he's going to fully recover. But there have been, over the last 6 months, 1,000 attacks, assaults, threats, and spitting incidents involving our employees. So, none of that's acceptable.
No, it's not acceptable at all. And I'm glad you just gave me the update that Gerard Sykes, who was slashed, is going to be okay. But there seems to be a difference of opinion then between you saying that crime is up, the mayor and the police commissioner saying crime is down. What is the difference in terms of numbers here when you look at it at face value?
Well, look, we're using the NYPD Transit Bureau data, and the factual matter is felony assaults are up, as well as we have to focus on harassment, which the NYPD data doesn't cover, and that's panhandling and harassment, et cetera. Our customers feel that, and again, 75% of tens of thousands of our customers surveyed that said their #1 concern is crime and harassment.
So auxiliary police, when will they actually begin in the subway, right? They've announced that it's actually going to happen. When will it begin? And what are you now looking for, Pat? Are you looking for a police officer on every single subway station platform? Like, what is the common ground here that maybe can be reached?
Yeah, Dan, the police commissioner surged 500 to 600 police officers 2 or 3 months ago. That was useful. It's unclear exactly how many of those officers remain in the system. We're asking for an additional 600 officers. We don't need a 10-year commitment. Frankly, we're in a very vital moment in the city's recovery from the pandemic, and being able to assure our customers and our employees that the system is safe and that they can be free from harassment is the reason we're asking for additional full-time uniformed police officers and mental health resources as a result of the pandemic.
We saw Mayor de Blasio on the train, right? He has said that the MTA may be fear-mongering in terms of getting people to go back on the trains. What is your message to Mayor de Blasio? Have you been in a room and spoken with him about your concerns? And what about this fear-mongering aspect?
Look, what we're doing is advocating for our customers. We surveyed regularly 30,000 of them, and 75% of them say that they're not concerned about COVID because when they return, they see the disinfecting. 75% of them actually say subway cars and platforms and stations have never been cleaner. That's terrific news. But 75% of our customers say that crime and harassment is their #1 concern. It's also shared by transit workers. And that's why we're asking, and again, it's not a multi-year commitment, but it's taking advantage, addressing the concerns of New Yorkers who are going to be returning. We hit a record number on Thursday, nearly 2.2 million riders on the subways. That's a tremendous increase from the bottoms of the pandemic in March and April last year. But we've got millions of additional New Yorkers we've got to bring back to the system, bring back to the city, bring back to their offices for the city to fully recover and to thrive.
Yeah, you actually just led me to the next topic, which were those ridership numbers actually ticking up. And you rely on that for funding, right? So when do you anticipate you'll see ridership to pre-COVID levels? Do you ever think you will again?
Yeah, of course. It's a question of when, not if. It's going to take some time. We do think that as office workers return in June, July, August, September, especially after Labor Day, that there's going to be continued significant increases. Obviously, school children and teachers will be returning to in-classroom instruction in September. That will increase ridership. Yes, we're bullish on ridership. We're bullish on the MTA. We're bullish on the city of New York and the state.
Because I'm out of time here. Seamless transition, do you see it being a seamless transition back to 24-hour service in terms of keeping everybody running but also getting that disinfection in?
Yeah, the answer is yes. Sarah Feinberg and her team have been focused on this, frankly, since the system moved away from 24/7 service May 6th last year. It will be handled. It'll be handled seamlessly and efficiently, as everything Sarah and her team do at New York City Transit. We're going to continue disinfecting subway stations, cars, platforms, etc. And we're looking forward to bringing back 24/7 service a week from today to the city that never sleeps.
MTA Chairman Pat Foye, always appreciate you making the time, and I'll be speaking to NYPD Commissioner Dermot Shea on Wednesday about that number, that 600 number you're looking for, so we'll see. To be continued. Chairman Foye, thank you for being here.
Thanks, Dan.